starting a project, I need to consider the size and shape of the metal needed. In this case, it was a 2 foot long, 1/4 inch round. The temperature of the metal will cool as it's being worked, and if the metal is worked at lower temperatures, you can make the metal brittle or produce cracks. So the bar needs to be reheated in the forge. For this part, the tip is cooled with water. This is because the loop on the end may get deformed if it's at a hotter temperature.
He put things in his book that were wrong.
The anvil has many parts and most of them help with shaping metal. Here I'm using the horn, which helps make loops and curves.
He knew they were wrong. That's the thing.
He just filled space.
Well, no, he didn't want to give away any of the actual true methods, right?
At this point, I've now heated the metal around 10 times for this project. It takes time and patience waiting for the metal to reach the right temperature. A more skilled blacksmith would be making 2 objects at the same time, working one while the other heats. This is a better use of time and fuel, but can also get tiring as you're constantly moving. At this point, I'm squaring the next section of the round bar so that it can be twisted as part of the design. Now I'm making the twist. First I place the hook in a foot vise, and using a wrench I grab the top of the squared section and begin to twist it. Once I'm satisfied with the first part of the twist, I reverse the process when it's colder to get some variation. This gives the piece a more unique look. Here I'm straightening the bar. I'm using a wooden mallet to avoid damaging the twist. This project requires 2 holes to mount it to the wall. I'm working on the first one now by flattening a section just above the twist. I then cut off the additional metal that will no longer be needed so that I can finish the top of the piece. I am now making another flattened area on the end. This will be the location of the second hole needed for mounting. Now, before drilling the holes, I'm shaping the flattened end so that it looks like a leaf. Once I've finished straightening the hook and the 2 holes are drilled, I can clean up the piece and it's ready to use. It can be used as a decorative hook in most places indoors, the kitchen front entry, or for a bathrobe. With blacksmithing, you can make things that are both decorative and useful. Tools are a great starting point, as making some of your tools can help lower your costs, and you can personalize them to suit you. You can also get older tools at a garage sale or someplace similar, and then modify them. Currently I'm showing you how to make just one section of a long-handled tong. You can choose to do the tongs by hand, but to save time and energy you can use a power hammer. The first thing I'm doing is flattening out around 2 inches on the end of the bar. I then take it back to the anvil to adjust the position of the flattened section. Now I'm back to using the power hammer to shape the reins of the tongs. The power hammer is used with a foot pedal. It's a bit difficult to get used to how it suddenly turns on when you push it past a certain point. You can see the different shades of color in the metal. The camera doesn't see it the same way we do, but it does show a difference in the heat. The approximate temperature of the metal can be checked based on not only color, but also feel and noise. There are almost no accurate temperatures used in blacksmithing. The more experienced a blacksmith is, the easier it is for them to tell when a metal is too cold to be worked. In a few shots you may have seen me using gloves. Gloves are not normally used as protection because if the metal is too hot you won't be able to tell and it will melt or burn through them. If the gloves do melt, it can then stick to your skin and then you won't be able to take it off. Because of this, leather gloves are used when required, as they only burn and can easily be taken off even when hot. I am now hammering the rivet into place, joining the two parts of the tong. This is at 6 times speed. Once the rivet is in place, the next step is to shape the grip by bending each of the reins, making a more comfortable handle for me to hold on to things. To do this, the mouth of the tongs are placed in a foot vise and the handles are pulled outward and then pushed back together again. This forms a larger gap so that the reins don't touch when holding on to something. The final step is cleaning off the rough ends of the handles. You don't want to leave any sharp edges that can scratch or cut the person using them. So I use the grinder to help smooth off the ends of the reins. You've now seen me working on two different types of tongs. These tongs are fairly basic, but you can also make ones that are specialized for a specific metal or task. And this gives you just a sample of things that a blacksmith does.